Y'all, it's Ar-Amlug 146, and we're back again with some more Baldur's Gate 3. So, before we get real started into it, real quick, I need to turn down that volume a little bit. Okay. So, what we're going to do today is we are going to go explore underneath the Blighted Village. We're going to go through that well to get there. But first, let's take a quick, long rest and kind of go talk to everybody a little bit. And then from there, we'll do everything because I just want to make sure I don't miss any camp conversations or anything like that. All right. Hope everybody's doing well today, and I hope y'all are staying hydrated and healthy. Got a couple friends that are down with some sick, and my wife kind of took a nosedive with allergies this morning. So
I'm listening.
let's see here. I was wondering, why your condition of yours? Why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
What do you think of the vampire in our camp?
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
Okay. And
Seems
Will?
like a good moment to talk.
Well met.
I've noticed your stone eye. Did you lose it in a battle?
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Lean in and examine his eye more closely.
Tiny grooves spider across the eye's surface. It resembles a sending stone used to confer with distant contacts.
Isn't your eye a sending stone?
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
His breathing quickens, his jaw tenses. Will is keeping something from you.
Yeah, let's change the subject. I'm not
Gladly.
going to force myself into his head.
Anything more we should discuss?
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
With the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Will?
Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great.
Don't worry, I have no interest in a devil's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
So, how does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the hells?
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. one of the archdevils Ariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
Who is this source of yours?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
Let's move
All
on to
right.
other matters.
Anything more we should discuss?
Yeah, how did you become the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
What act could be finer than saving a life? You must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
Because I'm Baldurian here, it's nice to finally put a face to a name.
And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting.
Okay. So let's talk to Lae'zel.
Speak.
And do you know much about the Mind Flayers?
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
And do you know what happens if we don't find a cure?
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a Mind Flayer is born.
That sounds awful. How are you so calm?
Because I do not intend to let this happen. Not to me, and if you stick with me, not to you. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
You're worried we haven't changed. This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Like, I want to ask, you look so unusual. Githyanki are rare in these parts. Why do you have to say she's unusual looking? She's just a different species, my guy. We're going to ask it because I want the dialogue.
I expect I am your first.
I know of the Githyanki, but I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Really? Thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
And that's her dialogue exhausted. All right, Astarion.
Need something?
So about you biting me.
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
I just need to know how we'll feed you in the future.
No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead.
Sounds good. Glad we could agree.
As am I. I'm starting to feel a little peckish already.
He says, as covered in gore. So how does one become a vampire exactly?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free. And a true vampire.
In theory?
People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen.
Why don't you tell me about yourself?
What's to tell? I was sired by a vampire named Cazador. Everything before that is so long ago it's ancient history. And everything that came after, well, I'd rather not reflect on it.
You remember your life before that?
I was a magistrate, working to keep the peace in Baldur's Gate, imprisoning troublemakers, that kind of thing. I can't remember much, truth be told. Centuries of torment will do that to you.
How were you turned?
I was attacked. A gang of vagrants, a tribe of wandering Gur, took issue with a ruling I'd made. They beat me to death's door when Cazador appeared. He chased them off and offered to save me, to give me eternal life. Given that my choices were eternal life or bleed to death on the street, I took him up on the offer. It was only afterwards I realized just how long eternity could be.
Tell me of your history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Noted. And we leave. Hey, inspiration. Alright, we got one more person to talk to, and then we can continue about.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Is there anything I can do to help with it?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
But why would Shar subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Turn to other matters. I'd like to talk to you about your Shar worship.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I'm going to go with this persuasion. I have no problem with Shar worshippers if that's what concerns you. Because, I mean, Shar is evil. But Ar-Amlug is more concerned about, not power, but leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Good thing we got inspired earlier. Let's try that again. That's better.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Remind me.
My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Fascinating. Please continue.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
See, when you put it like that, it seems strangely comforting. I am not going to get out my particular soapbox, but there is a lot of evil in the real world that uses this exact type of rhetoric to bring people into the fold. But we're only 18 minutes in the video. We don't have time for that. So, I'm going to say that anyway because I'm interested to see what Shadowheart has to say with that.
There's comfort, yes. But often there has to be pain beforehand. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
I'd be lying if I didn't say it sounded convincing. You can tell me more sometime.
You're wiser than most. Many people
That's why I
balk
do
at
it.
our doctrine. It's the reason why we cherish secrecy. You've a habit of saying all the right things. Either you're very glib or we're kindred spirits.
We're gonna go with
Maybe
glib.
both, knowing myself. But yes, once we've saved ourselves, we can talk more on this.
I can fix her. I'm just gonna. Actually, we're gonna. I'd like to get to know you more, Shadowheart.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Tell me something about yourself besides Shar, besides the tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
You'll have to point out some night orchids if we ever pass some.
It's a deal.
Anything else you'd care to share?
No, I can't. I mean, I literally can't. There's certain things I can't remember right now. Shar's secrets must be preserved above all else. All who worship her know this. I have had certain memories suppressed, voluntarily, so that I can serve Shar without compromising her. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shar's mission, then my memories will be restored.
You had your. That seems extreme.
Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shar will reward me when I succeed.
All right. I can't feel like we've missed a chance to connect. Truly connect.
I think I know what you mean. There's an undeniable rapport, and yet we haven't made time for each other. Time alone. Easily remedied, if you like. I know a place.
I'd like that. Just lead the way.
Not just yet. Let's choose our moment. Some quiet night, when the others are asleep and there's no distractions, I'll come for you.
All right. I'm not going to ask her about the artifact because that is a touchy subject for her. As you can tell, I am romancing the goth chick.
How much further can I go?
Okay. Let's end the day. Nope. Who's Astarion?
There you are. I was just thinking about you. And that delicious moment we shared the other night.
That moment when you bit me?
The very same. I've had this condition for 2 centuries, but truth be told, you were my first. In all these years, I've only ever fed on beasts. Drinking the blood of thinking creatures is a different thing entirely. You were delectable. And now I can't help but wonder how the others taste.
Let's just run through the list, will we? Gale will probably poison you. Lae'zel will probably stab you. Shadowheart will probably like it and then stab you. Will probably just stab you for the idea of it. Moving on. They might not be as open to it as I was.
Alas. It doesn't hurt to ponder the question, though. Take Gale, for example. He strikes me as someone whose blood is rich, refined, like well-aged brandy. But the Gith? What in the hells would she taste like?
Probably something exotic and Amon and liqueur.
Oh. Well, that sounds very appealing. I'm almost convinced.
Could I convince you to kill someone less useful? This is theoretical, right?
Absolutely. A mere thought experiment. So, In the spirit of theoretical questions, if you had to take a bite from one of them, who would it be?
If I had to, Shadowheart.
A fine choice. She is enticing. Although, the more I think on it, the hungrier I get. I better go find something I can actually get my teeth into.
Good hunting.
There's nothing that tasty lurking out in the woods, but I'll make do. Sweet dreams.
God, everything sounds like a sex joke with him. Okay. Full rest.
It seems to be the perfect night to spend a little time together. Just you and I. Assuming you haven't changed your mind, of course.
No, ma'am. Lead the way.
You made it. Come here. Sit with me.
Wouldn't have dreamed of missing it.
So eager. I'm surprised it took you this long. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order. Any suggestions?
To us.
Bold. What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us.
Fortune favors the bold.
Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you.
You first. There we go. Always
Don't
never
laugh,
had it.
But I'm not quite sure I have anything to share.
Oh, that's
When
right.
you worship Shard, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to.
I look
A lot of the
constipated.
little things, they're lost to me right now.
Wrong. You like night orchids and can't swim. You told me once.
I did. And you remembered. You're sweet. There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us.
My wife's favorite flower is also orchids. So that's another reason I really like Shadowheart.
Nearly light. The others will be awake soon.
Oh, look into her eyes.
What?
You're beautiful.
I know. But you're sweet to notice. Thank you for last night.
My pleasure.
It was just what I needed.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
Fortune favors the bold. Kiss her.
That didn't hurt, did it?
No, far from it.
Good to know. For the future. Let's head back. If we must.
Oh, we have things. I will talk to them real quick. I will
It's
be
been a
right
day,
back.
Scratch. Come here, boy.
That's adorable. All right. Be right back, ladies and gents. All right, and we're back. I know this is a very talky episode, guys, but, you know. Oh, I forgot. Pet him. Forgot to re-up my Speak with Animals. Leave. Okay, so Shadowheart wanted to talk, and then we can get to the killie, mate. Sorry.
All's well, I hope.
Of course, unless something's the matter.
No. I just wanted to see how you felt after the night we spent together. When we talked and kissed.
That night meant a lot to me, and I hope there's more to come.
I hope so too. Though I'm not sure what kind of courtship will be afforded, given all that we're facing. But if you want to see where this goes, I do as well.
You and I, we share something special, I think. I'd like to talk about it.
Very serious of you. But go ahead.
How are you faring?
Always good when I'm with you.
Okay. Cool beans. So we are going to speak with animals. If I can do that. Leave camp.
How do you maintain such an elaborate plait, Shadowheart? The craftsmanship is impressive.
Now that you mention it, I can't remember who taught me. Another memory lost, perhaps.
Still, if you let me watch your technique, I might learn it from you.
Maybe, if you keep a respectable distance.
She wants to talk again.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Something important.
Well, now I'm intrigued. Do continue.
I can never take for granted how someone might react when they learn I worship Lady Shah. Easier to just keep it a secret than take the risk. But you showed you had an open mind. I'm trying to say that you've earned my trust in a way very few ever have. I want that to mean something. I want you to know more about me, at least from what I can remember. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a dark justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a dark justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. I had a feeling you'd be understanding.
All right, let's continue on. The kindest thing I can say about Dark Justiciars is they are equivalent to the SS. Like, they are not nice people, and
Apart
actually
from an
terrible human
overgrowth
beings.
of moss, the well looks unremarkable.
Let's investigate. Never not had it.
Dry stones line the wall. At the bottom, something gleams in the dappled light.
Climb down the bucket rope.
Giant webs. They'll alert their spinners with a mere touch.
So don't touch them. Okay. So we're going to go sneaky, sneaky. Now we're going to go this way. So there's two ways about going about this. Pause to read. Pause to read. Pause to read. And pause to read.
What do we have here?
So I get a new pair of boots. No, that is the wrong pair of boots. There we go. Immune to being webbed. And we're also going to see what's in this chest. Ooh. Lots of fun things.
Better not be cursed.
Cleaver, okay. So, yeah, we got some face spiders. And there are
Should mind my
face
step.
spiders, there are enter caps. Okay. Let me see if I have. Not exactly. Shit. Okay. Do you... We're going to send that to Astarion. And we're going to pray that this dude can cast that spell. Okay, then we are also going to dash back here and cunning action hide. All right.
Time to push my luck again.
Okay. Let's hit with because she's webbed, so I don't want to. I guess let's throw this here. That's less than good. I may have messed this one up, guys. Ow. Okay. So we are going to pop I need that scroll back, Mr. Astarian. Because I want to drop that. Where'd it go? I just had it. I apparently can't read. Okay, so we're gonna hit enlarge on Lae'zel. And then we are gonna hit just to give him a sneak attack. Something here. Do I have a potion of haste? Yes, I do. Drink. Dang. Astarian might be going down. So we are going to... Nope. Okay, Lae'zel. Yeah, we'll take a short rest after this. Sweet. We even got to level up.
Can't give up.
Okay, healing words, first level.
Take two.
Okay.
Go for the throat.
We're actually gonna backstab there. Lae'zel, I want you to get up in his face. Thank you. And then sneak attack, Starion. Thank you. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Okay. Don't like that.
Here we go again.
Sweet. Okay. Because there's a whole party waiting for us over here. So we are actually, I'm going to level myself up real quick. Guys. And we will probably go a little long today. Awesome. Cantrips. Already got that one, so we're going to select probably Shocking Grasp. And then a new spell of Cloud of Daggers. And for feet, you learn a cantrip, the number of... Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, we're going to go with Warcaster.
I'll feel that one later.
And then let's go back to sneaking.
Right on my feet.
We got to be very, very quiet. We're hunting wabbit. Okay, I see. There she is.
Carefully now.
So we actually want you, buddy, a little further back. Damn. Just out of reach. Okay. Are you within reach? No. No. But you are.
Better make my next move.
Okay, and then we're gonna go Lazelle. Okay, don't like where she is. And then we're gonna hit that guiding bolt. We're gonna upcast that to second level because I want this to hurt. Cutting action hide. Enter. Alright, we are going to back off because you don't want to clump up. Saving. In turn. Surprised. We're gonna wait till somebody is within melee. In turn. Back off. Damn. Where are you going there, bub? Oh!
Last much longer.
Shadowheart. It can't be.
Okay, that's not good. Okay, so we need to go to Ar-Amlug. We need to split this here. Sorry guys, I'm send a Lae'zel. Lae'zel, you need to throw one of those. There. I think she's gonna hit Shadow. Shield. And she's down again. Damn it.
We'll do it my way. Now they see me.
I don't know how I keep fucking missing that, but okay. Really? One hit. Okay.
Yes, here.
Really? That's... I'm sorry, guys. I gotta reload because I know this episode's running a little long, but I am... That was some bullshit. All right. I know I'm showing my inner co-carnage, but yeah, I could not do that. And while that's loading up again, guys, I will be right back. All right, and we are back. So okay, so this was at the very beginning of the round. So the enemy is surprised. So we're gonna have you come here. Shadowheart, you are going to back up. Let's draw him in. Okay. That is such bullshit. Okay. Okay, so we're going to distance spell. We're going to drop that right there. And we're going to intern. They're going to jump up and probably hit me. So let's go Lae'zel. Nope, I want you to hit him.
Taste my fury.
And then we are going to action surge.
Let's end this.
And okay. Let's get out of the toxin. I was going to say, she is right there. And Ar-Amlug, we are going to hit. You with that. Back you off a little. Not enough movement. So cunning action hide. Cure wounds.
Take your.
Really? 4?
Take your.
Wow. Love that. Not really, but okay. Let us bonus action drink that. Drop that. And then we're also going to hit that. Do I have? Now we're going to send that to Astarion. Yeah, I can't. Wow. Okay.
Fading fast.
And we need to go cast Revivify. Of course you did. Oh my god. Run and cast at the same time.
Not fall before my time.
Anything of use?
Okay. Cool. Let's go up and shave Shadowheart. We will loot, level up, and then we will, that's where we'll end today's episode. Guys, if you guys find yourself enjoying the content, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it really helps me grow the channel. Short rest.
I can keep going a little longer now.
Okay. So, let's get everybody leveled up here. And I believe we should be picking our... No, we're level 4. Apologies. So she gets a new cantrip, which we are going to pick Thaumaturgy. I should have used Spiritual Weapon. I had it prepared and everything. We are also going to take Warcaster. She gets feet, and we are going to take probably Sentinel. And Astarion, what do you get? There's not stealthy, okay. Performer, mobile. Yeah, we're going to take mobile. Dash in, stab, dash out. Okay. Well, everybody, I do want to thank you for joining me again.
Still
and
breathing,
I hope you all have a
despite
wonderful day.